The house you're looking at right now across the street that's under renovation was once the home of James Bowley. Harriet Tubman played a major role in Bowley's life. The covered marker you see in front of the house explains the historic story of the house, and it's going to be unveiled at a special ceremony taking place this Saturday. Now, before the unveiling and other events take place on Saturday, there's going to be a big event here at the Georgetown Library on Friday. We talked with organizers about what we can expect to take place this weekend as the city of Georgetown celebrates Harriet Tubman and James Bowley.
Well, we're so excited because this is the culmination of a lot of hard work and a lot of effort from everyone in the community. The mayor of Georgetown, Mayor Barber, has declared that this Saturday is James Bowley Day. James Bowley, you say. James Bowley was the first person, along with his mother and his sister, who was liberated by Harriet Tubman on her famed Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman and James Bowley's mother was very close enough to consider themselves sisters. They were actually niece and aunt. But when Harriet discovered that Cassia and her two young children were going to be auctioned off, she devised a plan to rescue them. And the rest, as they say, is history. But the thing that we like to celebrate is the fact that Harriet Tubman, who was illiterate, but she understood how meaningful it was to be properly educated. And she saw to it that James, at a young age, was properly educated, and it paid off after the Civil War. He returned to Georgetown and became a legitimate hero at a time when African Americans were just coming out of centuries of slavery and needed a hero.
Tell us about some of the events that are going to be taking place.
So we are celebrating James Bowley and Harriet Tubman this weekend, starting on Friday, September 20th at 11 a.m. Dr. Kate Larson, the author of the definitive autobiography, Bound for the Promised Land, will be at the Georgetown County Library at 11 a.m. At 4 p.m. she'll be at Coastal Carolina University, and that's all happening Friday. This Saturday, at 8 a.m., we are going to host the Girl Trek Health Walk at 231 King Street, which is the historic home where James Bowley stayed. And we're going to walk the historic district, and then we're going to come back and end here. And then at 11:30 a.m., we're going to do the dedication of the historic marker, and we're going to unveil it. So right now you can't see it, as you can tell. We'll unveil it, then that will be followed by a reception at 12:30-ish at the Georgetown County Museum on Broad Street. So we invite everyone to come on out and celebrate with us and enjoy the unveiling.
So tell me about special guests that'll be here for the unveiling.
Okay, we have invited elected officials from both the city, the county, and the state. Several are coming from Columbia, and of course we have several who are coming from around the county. In addition to that, we will have sororities and fraternities and churches and ministers and ordinary citizens to come help us celebrate this momentous occasion.
But in particular, and Kate can tell you a little bit, we have a relative of Harriet Tubman.
Right, we're hoping, and she has confirmed that she's coming, that Tina Wyatt, who is a many great niece of Harriet Tubman. Her grandmother or great grandmother was Harriet's sister, and she's hoping to be here for the dedication, and she will also be at the reception at the Georgetown County Museum. We've asked her if she didn't mind to say a few words at the museum, and so I think she'll answer some questions there as well.
Now, while we've been talking, you've been holding a book in your hand. Tell us about that.
Yes, it has been my pleasure to put a children's book together, and it's entitled, As I Travel Along, the Story of Harriet Tubman and James Bowley. And it is beautifully illustrated by a local illustrator, Mr. Alan Dennison. And as you could see, it is both in English and in Gullah. And Reverend Gloria Barford, who was well known in this community as a poet, as a writer, as a playwright, as an author, and a performing artist, did the translations in Gullah for me. And I could not be more proud. The story of Harriet Tubman and James Bowley is a true story. So even though it's a children's book, I think everyone should know that this is real history, and that their children should be very proud of the relationship of Harriet Tubman. And let me just say this before we wrap it up. had James Bowley not held up such exemplary leadership right after the Civil War, people like Joseph Ames Rainey and James Bowley, that would have given many people an excuse to say that illiterate blacks should not govern. But like Jackie Robinson, who held an entire race on his shoulder, James Bowley delivered for the people of Georgetown, both black and white, and we're proud of that. Because many people believe that, you know, if uneducated and illiterate, they should not be governing this country. But they literally put this state back on its feet after the war. So we're proud of that.